Hi guys! Today I'm going to show you how to make a Botania mana setup using Entropinnyums. For the setup, you will need these items: 4 Entropinnyums, 4 enchanted soil, 1 dispenser, 1 hovering hourglass with 4 to 8 sand blocks inside it, 1 mana spreader, here I'm using a Gaia mana spreader, and 1 lens. I'm using potency velocity, that's what I'd recommend. 6 to 12 mana pools, 6 to 12 sparks for the pools, 1 recessive spark augment, and optionally 1 dominant spark augment for prioritizing a pool. You're also going to want to automate a TNT supply or just craft it yourself by hand. I would use AE2 auto crafting and UU matter to craft TNT, although there is 2 ways. You can use UU matter or you can use sand and gunpowder to craft it. To kick off your mana generation in Botania, a powerful option is using 1 to 4 Entropinnyum flowers. These flowers produce mana by absorbing the explosion of primed TNT. You can automate TNT production using Applied Energistics 2, Auto Crafting, and UU Matter. To make an Entropinnyum, place the following ingredients in a petal apothecary: 1 rune of fire, 1 rune of wrath, 2 red, gray, and 2 white petals, and 1 seed. And there you go. If you want to autocraft the rest of your flowers, just right-click with an empty hand to add back the last recipe. And then toss a seed in. You can do this as many times as you need. I've automated my water bucket to the petal apothecary. There we go. For maximum efficiency, place the Entropinnyum on enchanted soil, which doubles its production rate. Enchanted soil can be created by tapping a grass block with an overgrowth seed, which you can find in dungeon chests or by defeating the Gaia Guardian. This enchanted soil isn't essential but is highly recommended for faster mana production. Tip: claim the area with this setup to prevent accidental TNT explosions from damaging your base. To claim, you just hit M to open your map, and you right-click and hit claim here. I've already claimed it, so there we go. Claim. You can see the setting in your OpenPack settings by hitting the button next to Enter and then going to My Player Config, and Claim Chunk Protection is now on. First off, place the dispenser 1 block above your ground, like so. Okay. And then you're going to want to surround it with grass blocks. And make them into enchanted soil. And then place the hourglass next to the dispenser. Empty for now. Then you surround the dispenser with your Entropinnyums, and you connect a mana spreader to your Entropinnyums. I'm going to place mine right here. And connect your Entropinnyums to your mana spreader, like so. Now you can see instead of an X, it has a little green check mark. You just shift-click the Entropinnyum, and then shift-click on the mana spreader. Okay. Next, you're going to want to place down your mana pools I've only grabbed 6 of them here. And then shift-click your Gaia Mana Spreader or your Mana Spreader on one of the pools. Make sure that you grab enough sparks and put a spark on each of your pools. Ugh. I have mana already going from my other setup, just ignore that. You're going to need a lens for this spreader, so you're going to want to take a velocity, potency, and a velocity lens and have a slime ball in the middle and make a composite potency velocity or velocity potency lens. Now, on the one main spark that the mana spreader is aimed at, you're going to want to put a recessive spark augment. That means that all of the mana that goes into this pool is going to be spread to all the rest of the pools with sparks nearby, which is why mana started flowing from this setup into my new one. If you would like to at this point, you can prioritize a pool by placing a dominant spark augment on that mana pool. So if I wanted this one to be prioritized and always be full, filled by the other ones, I can put a dominant mana spark on it. The pool will fill first before mana goes to the rest of the pools. To start the mana production, you're going to want to make sure that there is TNT going into your dispenser. And if you're using an AE2 setup, you're going to need some acceleration cards and a crafting card. This is only if you're using AE2, otherwise it's not necessary. Now it will auto-craft TNT to fill the dispenser. And to start the mana production, all you have to do is place 8 blocks of sand into your hovering hourglass by right-clicking. As the sand goes down to the bottom, it will flip over and drop 1 block of TNT. As the TNT explodes, this Entropinnyum fills and sends the mana to the mana spreader, and the mana spreader puts it into the pool, which spreads it to all the remaining pools nearby. Honestly, you only need one of these Entropinnyums if you're only going to have one dispenser. You could have multiple dispensers on a much larger setup to make it so all of these Entropinnyums are being used to their fullest potential. As the pools fill up, TNT explosions may sound louder and can even damage you, but you can turn off the setup by simply removing the sand from the hourglass by right-clicking with an empty hand. With this setup, you're ready for efficient mana generation with Entropinnyums. Congratulations!